Greetings from West 65th area and Lorain Avenue. Today is Saturday, September 20th, 2025 at 5:17 p.m. Eastern Time, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit windy in this spot. We're outside of the Michael J. Zone Rec Center. You see the 22 bus passing by. And leaves are starting to fall as October and fall season approaches. I was originally going to do a short little video showcasing just the West 65th RTA Rapid Station in this area, but then when I was about to do that, I looked across the street and there was a lot of activity at the, you see the motorcycles going by? There's a lot of activity on the grounds of Michael J. Zone, all the fields, the soccer field, the playground, basketball courts. So I thought to myself, oh, I'll start off the video, nothing too extensive, but I'll just pass by, show all the people out and about enjoying the park. So over there you can see the playground area where all the kids are. I would venture to say that of all the West Side parks, the Michael J. Zone Park is probably the busiest, most frequently. You'll often see the basketball courts being active through multiple days of the week. Oftentimes on the weekend when I come by, soccer games going on. I don't know if I ever see the baseball fields being utilized that are further down, but you guys see the gazebo down there is also being utilized. Some of the action. These are, I think in the past a lot of times I've seen kids, like littler kids playing. This looks more like an adult league, young adult league. And there might, I'm not sure if there's multiple teams or just, a lot of crowd support in the little bleacher stands over there. You've also got one of those portable vendors selling the food. Let's see if we can see some of the action actually going down this way. Let's get a free kick. Oh, stolen. It's going the other way. It'd be kind of cool one day, just even if there's a random game like this, to stop and watch it. Because I've only watched, well, when I was little, I watched the Cleveland Crunch play indoor at the Wolstein Center. But beyond that, all the soccer I've watched has been on television. I've never seen one live in person, an actual game. So I'd be curious, like, how efficient teams are. And then over here is where you can see some of the basketball. We've got 3 full courts, although some of them, at least one of them doesn't have the best netting. So there's not necessarily games going on right now, but I think earlier there was more action. So yeah, pretty fun to see the park pretty busy. And then before I go, I actually wanted to take a picture, so let me do that before I forget. Try to get one of the soccer field being active. And next we're going to go over to what I originally was going to do, is check out the West 65th RTA Rapid Station. They also label it Eco Village. It's always referred to as West 65th Rapid Station, but technically the street that you walk down to get there is West 61st Street. Let's see if the cars actually abide by this. The warning lights to cross. So there's also a 22 bus stop here. And when my brother and I used to go to college way back in the day, and sometimes we would get on or off at the West 65th Rapid Station, this whole thing here was nothing but grassy area. And then it's been up for a while, as I wouldn't be surprised if it's been over a decade or close to a decade it's been here. But they did end up building this plot of land here, some housing, and then the barber shop that's here. I don't think there's any businesses besides the barber shop. They might have another retail space available if one were to ever move in. But yeah, this is the more familiar walk that we would always take. And it looks like down here you've got a tiny aspen court area. And I'm trying to see, what is that side street that's a little bit further down? Looks like Lawn. Is it Lawn? Yeah, it looks like West 61st and Lawn. It used to be relatively often that I would take this rapid station, but it has been a very long time since I've actually gotten on or off at this one. You see the fence here to prevent people from going downward. And then Cleveland Eco Village signs on the side. West 65th and Lorain. They got a small bike rack here. And there should be another way to get on or off of it. Curious what this is to the narrow left of it. I'm gonna go in there in a second, but like, what is this area? There's like a small bridge. I know there is a bridge. I wonder that goes out to the side, but what is this back here? Oh, it looks like there's another entrance there. Oh, okay. All right, we'll explore this a little bit, maybe later. That's interesting. So it looks like there's a back bridge here and you can get out that way, and then there's also that bridge. That's the bridge I was familiar with, where if you actually go down into the station itself, you can take the stairs up there and walk that, and that takes you out to actually West 65th Street. Yeah, I did not know about this little alleyway to the side of it. I don't know if that's new or not. Let's go check out the inside of the station. Nice mural when you walk in. I swear, again, it's been forever since I've been here. I don't recall this mural, but this is a really nice piece of artwork. You've got the greenery, garden areas at the bottom, church on the top left area, and then you've got the view of downtown Cleveland in the background, minus the Sherwin-Williams building, since that's a newer addition. Trying to see if there's any labeling or signage that indicates when this was put up. And this is like a nice mosaic or tiled piece of art, so this is one that will last. You know, it's not a painted mural that sometimes, if you're outdoors, can succumb to the weatherization. Yeah, so there's the other door entrance. That seems like it's new too. There's also a little police thing there. This is where the turnstiles used to have been back when they had that in all the things. Got the elevator there. Another piece of artwork here. Yeah, this station, this part I'm familiar with, the stairway to, we would rush up and down it very often, but it just has a different look from the last time I may have taken it was probably like 15 or so, 20 years ago. Yep, and then West 65th and Lorain. This is the more familiar territory. Eastbound, westbound. I think one of my first days of college, and I'm the one that messed up on this. We were in a rush, my brother and I, and we ran down the stairs, and we were like, we had gotten off the 22 bus, gotten off here, and then I was like, oh, this is the way to downtown, and we must have boarded this side going westbound, because the next thing I know was at the West Boulevard station, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it, we went backwards. And I was panicking, because it's like, when I was a amateur traveler, but eastbound to go downtown would be boarding on this side. Now I would know it so easily without even looking which way is eastbound, westbound on the sign. Now this area, it says 2 Madison and West 65th Street. This stairwell has existed for a long time, to my knowledge. Although the stairs themselves look pretty new, so I don't know if they've rehabbed them. Oh, do I hear one coming in? Yeah, there you go. You get to see a train coming in. That'll be good for a picture, maybe. That one going to downtown Cleveland. Yeah, these stairs look like they're in good shape, but I've never actually taken them. Just only seen them. And of course I've passed through while on the Rapid many a times over the years, so I still see this, and I see a lot of people when they exit, they go that way. I'm not sure what the not in service part is, but you can buy, if you're coming this way too, you can buy your tickets from here. So that's interesting how there's a second entryway to the Rapid Station, and then right there would be West 65th and Madison, so you can actually see the 25 bus coming there. So something to think about for other connections. Like if you're looking to connect to a 25, you don't have to go that way up to Lorain by the Michael Zone Rec Center we came. You can run out this way and go over there and catch a 25 at that corner. Or if you just continue walking further down, you would get to Franklin and Detroit. You actually wouldn't be too bad. Imagine if you brought a bicycle too, you could be right over by Detroit before you know it. So there's St. Coleman's Church. Once you're at St. Coleman's on 65th in front of it, and that was the church that was in that mural, I think, that was downstairs in the Rapid Station. But if you just go like another part of a block, you're right back at Lorain Avenue. Lorain Avenue. I was originally going to walk that way and circle back to Michael Zone via that, but I think instead what I'm going to do is take this bridge. Just want to see what's going to begin. This is another thing where I've seen this bridge for years, but I've never walked it. I just want to peek what's around the corner. I'm anticipating it's just a side street. I don't think there's anything else. But you can also get a top-down view of the Rapid Station from above. There's actually a person the bridge is dedicated to. Father, the word says begin, but I don't know if that's how you pronounce the last name. Father, or the name, Father, we'll just say begin bridge. There's a little circle here. I'm not sure if that's just for fun little aesthetics. And then this would be another portion of West 61st Street that comes out on this end and goes down a little bit. Oh, and then over here you've got a couple of benches. So I didn't know it was like such a, welcoming area on the back end of the station too, where you can access it like directly from the neighborhood. That's pretty cool. And now that I'm actually walking this bridge, it makes more sense to me why you have this little hidden alleyway that I was referencing earlier that we peeked down. As well as the entrance on the side here that you can quickly get access to. And then down Lawn, there's a sign that says Gordon Square Arts District, although you really got to go not only to 65th, but in my opinion, all the way down to Detroit to actually get to Gordon Square. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video and look at Michael's own wreck and the activity there in the West 65th Rapid Station, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time.